Hey everybody, it's Winston and I'm back at it with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about the new proctoring service, ProctorU. So I wish I could have made this video back when the change initially happened in July, but things were busy and I'm just getting to it now. Someone in the comments suggested I do a video on it and here we are. So about ProctorU, I know a lot of people complain about not being able to log in and that the last service was actually better than this one. And I definitely understand, the reservations on it and the events that, or the posts that did happen where people were saying like, hey, I logged in and I was waiting for 3 hours to connect to a proctor. That is unfortunate, but I think people are thinking a little too one-dimensionally with this one. So I know a lot of people said they probably log in and wait 2-3 hours for it, and that is really inconvenient. However, the best solution I would have to say is to maybe rethink when you can take the exam and rethink how you can take it. So I know a lot of times people will book an exam right before like an event, like I'll have 3 hours before this thing I'm gonna go to this weekend. I'm gonna take my exam, get ready in an hour, and then go to the event. But I personally think you should give yourself a 3-hour runway because you do this, you just don't know what's gonna happen. Every ProctorU exam I've taken so far, they've been about like 15-20 minutes, so I always account for that. But another thing I wanted to recommend is potentially booking it earlier. So, per se, let's say like you're always trying to schedule it after work, after 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. and you never get a slot or you never get a proctor. Maybe try to accommodate a different schedule. So instead of staying up later to take the exam, maybe try getting up earlier. So for example, I book all of my exams at 5:10 a.m. I know it's really early, but with that being said, I know 5:10 a.m. over there is the middle of their workday. Since they are overseas contractors, you'll have more availability getting up earlier. So from me doing that, I have relatively no problems with that, and I've been able to get my exam scheduled and on the way every single time I've scheduled. So I would consider that. And also additionally, the reason why you see so many people complaining about it is because the people that are taking the exams with no problems, they're not going on and posting about it. So you're only going to see the negative experiences. So for every 3 negative experiences you have, there's 30 where everything went smoothly. And maybe that's even out of proportion. I don't know the actual ratio. Maybe it's 3 out of 10 or 3 out of 100, but you have to take that into account. So a lot of the times people are anxious about taking an exam. They want a betterment of themselves through school so they can get a better job, and the root of that is financial stress. So with all that kind of weighing on their brain, of course they're going to be like very hard pressed about this exam, and if it's a few hours late. I've heard crazy examples of them taking it and waiting for 5 hours, but they don't give you the full picture or the full context. So for example, if it was them waiting 5 hours, did they forget to mention that they booked the exam for 11:30 p.m. and they weren't able to get on to 4:30 a.m. or 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. over there in the time zone that they're in? So just make sure to really account for and be critical of these posts that you see online, because people are prone to complaining. Who knows, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about going to college, but for the most part, I never had any problems, no more problems that I had with the last proctor. We're gonna have to understand that all proctor services are gonna have their positives and negatives, and it doesn't matter what service you go through. You always have to work around, but that's why we go to this type of school, to be adaptable and find the best solution. So yes, with that being said, the actual setup is very similar. I find that it's actually easier than the first one. They're gonna ask you to take photos of the whole room, you know, both walls, in front of you, behind you, under your desk, and then you take your phone, you take your phone like this, and it'll reflect the screen of your computer. And yeah, on top of that, you're gonna use a tripod, and you're gonna put your webcam so it faces the side of your face, and they can see you while you take your exam. Like I said, I've taken a few exams with it so far, and I've had no problem. So yeah, you know, let me know what you think, if you had a positive or negative experience with ProctorU. Also let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the topic, and I'll catch you in the next one.